Check this out, people. Listen, one of the things, how do you build a solid team? Hunter, how old are you?
28.
Okay, so a lot of times, and let me be very clear for you ladies out there, I used to have a rule. If anybody asked me how old I was in 3 questions, we don't ever have anything else to discuss because my dad's a 50-year-old fool. So, one of the things I love about Hunter is he has a level of poise. You know what poise is? It's a term not often used nowadays because many people lack composure. So, you run and manage a business. You've been hustling since the womb per se. What are some things you would tell them? And we're going to get to why a team and how to find a team is important. But one of the things is this guy has good emotional control. And that's key when managing other people. How long you been managing your own business?
Since 2013. Started Grind Life in college. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a team thing, but I have a lot of people that support and are involved in different aspects of it. Now, security-wise, I've been doing security since 2013, managing people and everything, probably since 2014, 2015 on that aspect, but it really picked up with Gladiator and Alpha in 2019, 2020.
So for 3 years, he's been solid 3 years, and before that, you've been managing yourself and a group of men,
right?
Which is difficult at times.
Yeah.
What you say the hardest thing about managing these men are? And just meaning like employee type people, and men in general, just...
Egos. I mean, it was like when I used to train, a man don't want to be trained by a man. A lot of guys would be like, oh, like, what? Why do you need to teach me that? And I'm thinking in my head, what, you finna go get trained by a woman trainer? Nothing against them, but that would mess with me. Like, I'm being trained by a woman, not a guy. I'm trying to get swole, not be physique and lean and little waist. I'm trying to be swole and big. So, dudes think weird, man. I really don't know. Another thing that gets me a lot, it's when people jump in a game or something. It's like, for instance, like I said, I've been doing security for 10 years. Guys, I want to start doing security. Well, you is not finna make what I make. Like, I'm getting paid this type of money because I've been in the game for 10 years. Like, check my resume, check my stat sheet, the people I've done security for.
And the game he's talking about, though, is establishing value, right?
Correct.
So the right people call him because they've seen experience, like a good resume.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a resume of work. Somebody said, hey, who all have you worked with? Well, you name 3 to 4 people that are high profile. You say, oh, you got experience in that. Here's a bag, but give somebody, $1,000 a day per se, that just started, or you ain't dealt with adversity, no trials, no tribulations. What do you even do in a situation where somebody pulls a gun out? We've all seen the movie The Bodyguard. That's a real life thing. Warren Buffett's people, there's a YouTube video where you can see what his security team does. It's actually interesting in any case of emergency because he likes to roam around and hang out and be amongst people, but he's also worth about $40 billion plus. So Brett, there's a dude in Canada, and a woman said, hey, Brett, how much you worth? He flipped, and he didn't lose his stuff. He said, don't ask me that, please. People getting obsessed with how much I'm worth or hearing that puts my family at risk, because it's a real thing. Mm-hmm. People hear, like, oh, he worth such and such, and if you ever watched, the funniest thing was 30 for 30 broke. Dude gets picked up from an NFL team, and the dude said, they broke into my house like the $1 million was there. So they didn't take nothing, but they're like, oh, he just got $1 million. Boy, they didn't drop it off at the crib. It go through a whole system. So being a manager of people, what's one thing that you have to stay in control of when it comes to yourself?
Your emotions. Literally, which is your emotions, boy. And my emotions been very high today. And I got guys literally working from today all the way to next Sunday. So it's like, I got to control it all, man. Well, I had somebody yesterday, I'm thinking I'm finna rest. I had a long work weekend. Somebody called me at like 2 o'clock. I double booked myself, boss. I ain't gonna be able to make it to the shift. And I'm just like, I ain't got no truck right now. I was ready to relax, mellow down, and set the tone for this week, figure everything out. So I had to go work in the cold last night. I don't get cold, man. I like the cold. So it was really cold last night. And then today, just everything went left. It hit me with the price on my truck, didn't get the rental car, then my cell phone breaks. I was just like, God.
Hey, like 50 Cent said, when it rains and pours, Maslow's law, things happen in threes. In this case, he's about 6. It's about 6 elbows, like a Muay Thai guy, rocking his dome, boy, and he's still maintaining a level of composure. So somebody says, it's so hard to find a team. I'll tell you one thing, I know what some of this, what you're really saying, especially because it's African-American people. Let me be clear, it's black people that are messaging me saying, I love what you guys are doing. Because it ain't just me. It's Jamarcus behind the camera. It's Hunter allowing us to do a lot of the work. It's my belief in him, his belief in all the stuff that we're doing that keeps this thing rolling. But the one thing that keeps everything going is that nobody here has pride and ego. Like if it ever gets too prideful, and let me be very clear, I'm gonna go see Chris Moore in about 2 weeks. He told me up front, period. That's why we get along so well. If he ever senses any pride, he's out. That stuff make real men sick. Because we can all walk out of the room, everybody be fine. It should never be nothing but respect and clear line of communication so that we can keep moving forward. It's hard to build a team when somebody thinks they got the lead every time. See, if I'm the quarterback, we got an MVP and you got a coach, all them make a good amount of money. That's the thing. Everybody's successful, and some people they think they got a quarterback everything. And then some people want to be the MVP too. Then some people want to be the coach. You're like, bro, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much. So if you listen to everything he's done for the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years, he's managed a business, he's managed himself. There are times I'd imagine where you want to react and act your color, per se, as they say. And you like, you know what? Because long term, you like, I might need this person for something else. So what's that mean? You got to manage their emotions because they reacting to you because something went wrong and it might not have been his fault, right? So every time, that's when you got to, let me think this through. So I always say, take a deep breath. Will Smith, before he slapped somebody, he had a lot of good stuff to say, but he just said a lot of times if he's frustrated, he'll give himself 3 days to sit on something and process it and then deal with it in whatever way he sees fit. But whatever you do not emotionally react. We got Jamarcus back there who, again, understands he needs to learn a lot of stuff. And then myself, I don't push nobody. I stay out of a lot of people's way. And I push everybody to be better, to be clear. But I don't push them down the wrong roads. I'm not, hey, what I say, it's like, hey, guys, this is what I think we could do better. That's it. And then sometimes you guide, and every now and then, even whoever it is might have to put somebody's foot on the neck, but there's no malice. You know what malicious is? Somebody who's malicious is when somebody says something to directly hurt your feelings or try to harm you in whatever way. That's oftentimes what creates conflict, is when this man, myself, or this one thinks they have to be right. And then they're like, oh, F you, I'm right, such and such. You go, oh, I know where this is going. This is going nowhere. We're not going to get anywhere. So when we start talking about billion-dollar dreams, one of the strongest things, let me be very clear, you can't build anything without a team. I don't care who you are. Jobs said it, Gates will tell you, if you do not have a team of people around you that understand the work, most importantly, that's the thing. Somebody here, a big amount of money, the work is what's required. There's a guy that people follow right now, and I saved the video, I don't know if it's on his phone, but he talked about effing up a deal with Grant Cardone. And he said, and it's a guy, I forget his name. You know what his name is? The other one that does it sitting down talking at the desk. It's kind of like snappy, he's kind of like...
There's a lot of those guys out there right now.
Yeah, it is, but he's like the one that got 1.3, I don't know. Either way it goes, it's on TikTok, and he just talked about it like this, put it like this, people. Don't screw over $500 and miss $5 million. Because you thought you could get over or get ahead of your teammate.
All money ain't good money.
That's the other part. Look, nobody here is rich, to be clear. Nobody here's got it. There's no extra stuff being done other than mud, work, and a lot of dogs. That's it. Nobody's going or sneaking around buying it. They like, if it's not for the dogs, it does not serve the business. If we can get the business solidified and rolling, everybody will have some success that I don't think any of us have achieved yet. But this is the start of something very special, and we're as good as our best effort. So, finding a team, what's one of your best advice in finding a good team?
That one's tough. I'm probably still trying to figure that out till this day. Dealing with employee turnover rate.
And that's called attrition. And attrition in business is very unique because a lot of times in most businesses, most of them have about 70% attrition rates. That's a high number of people that come in and go. And very few people stay for 20 years anymore. That 20 year, like, I'll be here for, them days is over. You got about 3 to 5 maybe, and that joker's just moved on.
Things I look for in teammates, man, is work ethic, vision. All of our visions have to align on the same thing, man. Or it's just going to be a whole bunch of tug of war, and you're not going to get nowhere with that. One thing Trevor kept telling me when we first came to the table, I made my first investment on Tron, was 2020. We're in 2022, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is our foundation year, and we've made tremendous leaps, strides, and everything. It don't feel like a foundation year. It don't at all. So it's like sometimes, people are like, man, y'all doing good, y'all are killing it. I know. I was just like, yeah, it sounds good. I'd be like, man, we sold puppy block, we sold a pup. I'd be like, it's the foundation year. So it's like, really, man, everything we make is going right back into the business. And trust me, I'd be sometimes doing the math. I'd be like, I just really got to go back to the business. But like I said, vision, teamwork, and make sure people are not money hungry, man. And that's, especially in this dog industry, y'all see a lot of different things with the the Frenchie's selling for 70, 80K, and a bully selling for this. I mean, it's crazy amounts of money. You get some one-hit wonders, but them dudes don't sit there and tell y'all the overhead of all this, man. It's not cheap. It's not cheap at all.
And that right there, to compliment what he's saying is, guys, I'm realistic, and I've sat at the table with a lot of big businesses. So when I'm telling him the truth is, guys, we're not going to make $100 million yet. The truth is, we got a lot of work to do. Truth is I don't know everything. The truth is, I think we can figure it out. And that's what makes him special, Jamarcus special, myself, because I'm not betting on success based on some number. We've got the numbers there, but I'm basing it on us all being able to get out and do whatever work that's required to figure things out. And so when I said foundation, like he said, you look up and you go, we're not doing too bad. We're not doing too bad from a brand. I said 6 or 9 months on the brand, and I wanted 10K followers on Instagram and other platforms. We've got collectively over 1 million. Over 1 million people. And in my mind, it don't seem real. And then just this morning, a block away from the house, what ends up happening is 3 people in the Lowe's. I was as far as Atlanta talking to a mother before I'm getting on my flight. A guy who graduated from Columbia who's a dentist. He said, I love your stuff on TikTok. You go, oh man, I'm at TSA at DFW. Like, I remember this girl, she dropped her whole mask. I seen you this morning on the YouTube. I just got turned on. I love the dog thing. I ain't even got a dog, but I just love watching you with the dogs. And you go, and it's making me sweat, right? This young lady was walking with her mom. And her mom, she's so interested in what I'm saying. He said, Mom, you gonna take the picture? She asked, could she take a picture? And you go, this is becoming a real thing for even myself. And this was just supposed to be a foundation here. And realistically, in about 65 days, we got to just under 1 million. We're at 1 million now, collectively on all platforms, meaning between TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Shout out to you guys. 1 million plus people have seen or watched or have subscribed in some form or fashion to our goals, dreams, our aspirations, and just the joy we have for the dogs. So finding team members, guys, probably one of the most hardest things you do. And I'm gonna be clear, and it's gonna sound bad, especially if you black. Black people don't always play fair or play well together because they think I got to be the person. But I repeat, for those that are African American watching, I've never seen a group of people so prideful about having nothing. And what you think you got, it doesn't reflect success. Real success is making this man a better man, making Jamarcus a better man, giving them. I'd love to see them have access to about $50 million, and I think I know how to do that. That's the beauty about it. Take me out of the equation. Like I even told my kid Jack, I said, Jack, see, if I gave you 10, if I was worth 10, I'd want to see you worth 100. Because I'll survive off 10. I literally got the same draw for, look, everybody know I'm a one sock mismatch. I don't care what nobody think about me or how you feel. For me, it's literally about the dogs. And that's the other beauty about this whole thing, because if it serves the dogs, it serves the business. And as long as we serve the dogs, it'll serve the business. And that's the most important part about this whole business. So we might not ever sell your dog for $100,000, but we might sell and change somebody's life with a dog, and that's more of value. And let me be very clear, when I wrote this plan out, I said, nobody's ever gonna make $1 billion on dogs. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But I bet, educationally speaking, if we taught, created some stuff, we solved some problems, we could do $1 billion there. And that's what we're here for. So, there'll be times where I'll give a dog away, because a dog don't make or break me. What does make or break me is you knowing how to better your dog's life, and even your own, and having these honest conversations of how we can all be better people. So stay tuned, take care of your dogs. Go ahead.
And don't take that out of context when he talking about give you a free dog, because I already know people finna hit my page and be like, it ain't about the money. At the end of the day, we're running a business here.
No, free me 3,000, just to be clear. Free 3K. Yeah. And other prices is different number. free is still come with tax. You know what tax is? About 8%. You know 8% on 3K is 3K. No, I'm just playing. That's a different number. But at anywho, people, I appreciate him. I'm grateful for Jamarcus. I told him to press play, keep the camera on me. I will do the rest. We're here doing our best. So stay tuned, take care of your dogs. Find you some people who care a foundation about the dogs. And in my experience, you guys will be okay.